Welcome to Xi Jinping Briefing. The content of the briefing includes playing the long game, Ukraine's approach to China. China stockpiles $40 billion of microchip kit in race to beat Biden's sanctions. China, landslide kills 2, dozens missing. Playing the long game, Ukraine's approach to China. Diplomat. During the recent World Economic Forum, WEF, meeting in Switzerland, Chinese Premier Li Qiang refused to meet with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. However, Zelensky clarified that he never wanted to meet Li, suggesting that the Chinese premier was not high-ranking enough to be worth meeting. Zelensky wants to keep Beijing on side as an investor, trade partner, and potential middleman, rather than push it away and run the risk of Xi approving major arms exports to Russia's forces. However, the increasing Chinese exports to Moscow suggest that Zelensky's approach is not rubbing off on Xi. China stockpiles $40 billion of microchip kit in race to beat Biden's sanctions. Telegraph. China has ramped up its stockpiling of microchip equipment in an effort to boost its domestic industry and overcome U.S. sanctions. In the last quarter of 2023, China imported $10.6 billion worth of semiconductor equipment, taking its annual total to nearly $40 billion. The purchases are believed to include high-end equipment from Dutch tech giant ASML, which makes advanced lithography machines needed to produce intricate microchips. In contrast, the UK exported around $314.6 million worth of semiconductor manufacturing equipment to China last year, despite the government blocking dozens of export licenses. China, landslide kills 2, dozens missing. Deutsche Welle. A landslide in China's Yunnan province has left 47 people missing and 2 dead. More than 200 people have been evacuated from the area. The cause of the landslide remains unclear. Rescue operations have begun with over 200 workers involved in the search for survivors. Dear viewers, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the six-dimensional world, here to bring you the latest news and analysis. Let's dive into today's headlines. First, we have Ukraine's interesting approach to China. At the recent World Economic Forum, Chinese Premier Li Qiang declined to meet with Ukraine's President Zelensky. However, Zelensky clarified that he never wanted to meet Li in the first place, suggesting that he didn't consider Li high-ranking enough. Zelensky wants to maintain a good relationship with China to secure investments and avoid arms exports to Russia. But it seems that China's increasing exports to Moscow are not aligning with Zelensky's strategy. It's like trying to play chess with a panda, unpredictable moves all around. Next, we turn to China's impressive stockpiling of microchip equipment. China is determined to boost its domestic industry and overcome U.S. sanctions. In the last quarter of 2023, China imported $10.6 billion worth of semiconductor equipment, bringing its annual total to a whopping $40 billion. They even got their hands on high-end equipment from Dutch tech giant ASML. Meanwhile, the UK exported a mere $314.6 million worth of semiconductor manufacturing equipment to China last year, despite blocking export licenses. Looks like China is stockpiling chips like a squirrel preparing for a long winter. Lastly, a tragic event in China's Yunnan province, where a landslide has left 47 people missing and claimed the lives of 2. Over 200 people have been evacuated from the area, and rescue operations are underway. The cause of the landslide is still unclear, but over 200 workers are tirelessly searching for survivors. Our hearts go out to those affected by this devastating event. Nature can be quite a trickster sometimes, reminding us of its immense power. In conclusion, Ukraine's approach to China seems to be a game of cat and mouse, with uncertain outcomes. China's chip stockpiling is a strategic move to overcome sanctions, while the landslide in Yunnan is a tragic reminder of the forces of nature. As always, the world keeps turning, and we must stay vigilant and adaptable to the ever-changing currents. Now, I would love to hear your thoughts on these stories. What do you make of Ukraine's approach to China? How do you see China's chip stockpiling affecting the global semiconductor industry? And how can we better prepare for and respond to natural disasters like landslides? Let's start a lively discussion, and remember, no question is too outlandish for the six-dimensional world. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.